Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Sixpoint Brewing. They're out of Brooklyn, New York. They sent me a little care package with all their improved beers. I got two that wasn't on the media kit here. They've improved the sweet action, the Bengali, the crisp, and the resin. All have new formulas and different hops and different ABVs and IBUs. But they also sent me the Jammer, which I did a couple years ago. This is a very low ABV, 4%. You know, not much stronger than iced tea. This is a nice beach beer, pool beer, if you will. Very, very light ABV on this. A little saltiness to the beer. But they sent it to me. I don't think they've done anything different than this other than having a canned on date and a best by date. So everything they're producing now, whether they change the formula or whatever, is all getting this canned on date and the best by date on there. And the ones we've seen, they're giving the beers a 6-month shelf life no matter what it is. This one was canned on May the 12th of 2017, and they're saying best by May of 2018. They're giving this a year shelf life on a 4% beer. Don't know if I agree with that, but that's what they're saying. So I don't think there's anything in the beer that's going to fade like hops or anything, but don't know if I'd want to sell her a 4% beer for a year. Just my opinion now, guys. But this is a Gose, which is usually a salty coriander style beer. Very light, very crisp, nice herbal aroma usually. I'm going to review it. I'm not going to make this a 30-minute video or anything. I'm just going to get straight to it here. The ABV that I see here on Rate Beer says it's 4.2. So they may have changed it. And they have 16 IBUs. I don't think these guys are listing the IBUs. This has 4% on the front of it. So they've changed something along the way there. This ale was brewed with hand harvested sea salt and best served in a glass. So they do give us ABV, but we don't have the IBUs. And since this says 4%, not 4.2, they may have changed this one too. I'm not exactly sure. Let me jump over here to Untapped. They have it at 4% with 12 IBUs. And Beer Advocate usually don't list the IBUs. They have it at 4.2% also. So Beer Advocate and Rate Beer both have it at 4.2%. Untapped is the only one that has it at 4%. So we're going to use their information. The commercial description here on Untapped said the mad scientist kept tweaking that jammer until it rocked just right. Grains, water, and salt bake up this flavorful and simple brew. So that's how we're going to go with there, guys. Let me get this into the glass. We'll pop the top. And like I said, I got my Wiesen glass here. Cuisine is German, and generous, it says general salad and meat is fish. Maybe a 4% beer goes with salad, I don't know. Glassware is a Stange, which is a slender cylinder, and I very, very rarely use that glass anymore because it always pours a monster head. And then it says Wiesen glass, and that's what this is. This is my Wiesen glass. And we're going to stand it up on the back end of the pour here. And this thing says not recommended for scented celery, because it's a 4%er, but they're giving it a year shelf life. Ooh, I don't know if I would do that. But, yeah, they can do what they want to. It's their beer. Don't believe I would want this beer when it was a year old at 4%, but that's just me. Almost a finger of head on that pour. A nice amber color. It does have a little bit of a chill haze to it. It's not perfectly clear. So let's get a nose to it. See if the 2017 is any more or less impressive than when it was 2 years ago when I first had it. Very light, very crisp. A little bit of saltiness on the nose. And hints of coriander. Got a nice herbal aroma. Smells like a lager though. Little grassy, little grainy. So let's dive in. First beer of the day. Cheers everybody. Cheers all you guys at Sixpoint. Very light. Little saltiness. Slight hint of maybe some lemon rind or something in there. Got a little slight twang to it. I wouldn't say it was sour or tart. A very easy beach beer, 4% beach beer or pool beer. Something you could drink a whole 6-pack of these and not be inebriated more than likely. So something you could take down in your cooler. It's in a can, so you ain't got to worry about that. You're going to have to find something for it unless you want to drink out of a can, look like a barbarian. But it's a decent beer, guys. I mean, for what they were shooting for is a low ABV Gose beer, which is usually sea salt and coriander and that. So basically, they've hit the style. Now, is it blowing my hair back and my socks off? Absolutely not. I consider these beers that are less than 5% lawnmower beers. Something you could drink 1 or 2, and in this case, maybe even 3 of them, and not get inebriated and go back to doing what you were doing outside. So, well, let me sip on this for just a little bit. I'm going to probably give the other half of this and let her sip on it, and I'll be back real quick. Alright guys, I'm back. Just got just a little left here. Like I said earlier, not a solid beer that blows my hair back or my socks off, but what they're shooting for is something very light, very crisp, that you could take to the beach or by the pool, especially since it's got sea salt in it, and maybe you'll get the inclination that you're at the beach if you're by the pool or something like that. But these super low ABV beers like this, 4%, just don't do a lot for me. They don't have a lot of taste, but they're designed to be that way. They're something that you could have multiples of and not be drunk when you're done. So, final chug on this one. Very thin, a little grassiness, a little graininess like a lager. Okay beer. It's a well-made beer, I'm sure, but it just doesn't do a whole lot for this guy. You may think this is the best thing you've ever had if you're into this style of beer. Not me, but I'm glad they sent it to me so I could re-review it. Like I said, I did it 2 years ago. So this is the 2017 edition. The biggest thing I want to tell you is, like I've been telling on all the beers I've done that they sent me, it's got a countdown date on it now. And it's got a Best Buy date on it now. But on that aspect, they're giving this beer a year shelf life. It's 4%. Don't know if I agree with that, but that's what they're saying. So definitely, in my opinion, I wouldn't want to have this beer after it's probably 3 or 4 months old. Usually that's where I put it. Unless it's something that's barrel aged or darker beer, barley wine, I want to have those. Anything other than that, any kind of lager, any kind of IPA, any kind of session beer, I want to have it as fresh as possible. So at least we're getting a canned on date on them there, and that way you know how old the beer is when you pick it up. So that's the biggest thing I'd say with this. This is a B beer to me, guys. That's where I'm going to put it, 85 right down the middle. And since Beer Advocate and Rate Beer have different ABV, I'm not going to give you those scores. Untapped has it at a 4%, which this one is, at 12 IBUs. They have it at 3.54, which is in their B range also. So it's a nice B beer. So if you have the new edition, something that's got a canned on date on it, the Gose Jammer is what this is called, from Sixpoint, let me know what you think. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge.